Hey you guys, I'm so excited because today we're making pizza. It's one of my favorite foods and I'm partnering with one of my favorite brands, Delalo Italian Foods. We're using their pizza kit to make things really quick and easy, and it's gonna just be an awesome recipe. So I'm really excited to show you it. To start, we're gonna start by making our pizza dough, and you just need one of these Delalo pizza kits. It's so easy and it makes the best dough. You're gonna love it. Okay, so before we make anything else, you guys, we're gonna make the dough. We're gonna start with Delalo's pizza kit. It makes making pizza dough so easy. It's completely stress-free. You're going to love it. And then we're just gonna add the flour right to a mixing bowl. You don't need any special equipment or anything like that. And then you add your yeast packet. And then you're gonna wanna go grab 1 1/4 cups lukewarm water. It's really important that the water is warm so that yeast can activate and rise. Okay, so I've got roughly about 1 1/4 cup of warm water here. And I'm just adding that right to my flour mixture. And then you take a fork, seriously, it could not be easier, and you mix this all together right in a bowl so you're not making a huge mess on your counter or anything like that. Okay, so my dough is looking perfect and I've been kneading it for a few minutes now and I think it's good to go. It's nice and soft and pliable and it looks really good and it feels warm, and all I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna set the dough aside and I'm gonna just grab a little bit of olive oil and I'm gonna drizzle it in my bowl. No need to get a super new clean bowl or anything like that. Just use the same one you made the dough in and use your hands to kind of rub the oil all around the bowl so that it doesn't stick. And then take the dough and kind of put the dough in the bowl and then go around in a circle so it gets a little bit of olive oil on it. And then grab some plastic wrap or a wet towel and drape it over the bowl. And then set it in a warm place so it can rise. While my dough is rising, I'm gonna work on the toppings for my pizza. I am gonna put some roasted garlic on this pizza because it's fall and I love roasted garlic and it's one of my favorite ingredients. So to do that, you just take 1 head of garlic and you chop the bottom off to kind of reveal some of the cloves. It's really pretty. And you grab a piece of tin foil and you just put the garlic right in the foil and you drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. And then you stick it in a 400-degree oven for 30 to 45 minutes until the garlic's caramelized and the cloves are really soft. It's such a great flavor, but it's not like intense garlic where you're so overwhelmed by it. It's a way that I kind of sneak garlic into my family's food because they love the flavor, but it's not as intense as raw garlic. Okay, so my garlic's in the oven roasting, my pizza dough's rising. Now I'm gonna chop these Brussels sprouts into quarters, and then we're gonna put them in the skillet and we're gonna caramelize them. It's so good. I just add a little bit of brown sugar to help them caramelize. And I'm not gonna have you guys watch this entire thing of me cutting all these Brussels sprouts, but you just wanna chop off the ends here and kind of discard those, and then cut the Brussels sprouts into quarters. Another way I also really like to do it is I kind of like to shave the Brussels sprouts. You can do this also in a food processor, but you just take the Brussels sprout, you cut it in half, and then you thinly slice through it, and it kind of creates like, I don't know, Brussels sprout shavings. It's kind of like cabbage. But for today's pizza, for look wise, I'm just gonna keep them quartered. You can do either or. If you have picky eaters and you want to get away with giving them Brussels sprouts, I highly recommend shaving the sprouts. It's a great way to get people to eat Brussels sprouts without them actually knowing it. So I'm just gonna chop these up and then we're gonna head over to the stove. So we're gonna caramelize these Brussels sprouts now. I love caramelizing Brussels sprouts. It's one of my favorite ways to cook them. I also love roasting them, but for this pizza, we're gonna caramelize them. So you just need a little bit of olive oil in a skillet. You wanna heat up that skillet until it's nice and hot, and then you're gonna just throw in your Brussels sprouts. You should hear a nice little sizzle on there. You don't want to crowd the pan, so try not to do too many. Oops. And then we're going to add about got a tablespoon of brown sugar. You could use honey too. You just need a little bit of sweetness to kind of help those Brussels sprouts caramelize. And of course some salt and pepper. And this is gonna take about 10 minutes or so to really get them a nice golden color and beautiful and pretty. All right guys, so the dough is ready to go. It's risen, it's doubled in size, it smells like bread, it's good to go. So I'm just gonna punch it down. I'm gonna gather it up here and then I'll put it on my counter and I'm just gonna cut it in half. We're gonna make two pizzas with a thicker crust. If you wanna make a thin crust pizza, just divide the dough into 4 pieces and you'll have a nice thin crust. Now I'm going to start throwing on our toppings. I've got some basil pesto, this is one of my favorite things. I've got some fontina cheese, a little bit of provolone cheese, my Brussels sprouts, some sage, and that roasted garlic, which is so pretty. You see it's all golden and caramelized. That looks good, and like I said, I know it doesn't seem real spread out, but I'm gonna put the pesto and that'll spread it a little more. I'm just gonna add a little bit of pesto. I don't want it to be a star flavor in this pizza because I really want those Brussels sprouts to shine. So just a little bit of pesto. I'm just gonna go throw this in the oven. When my pizza comes out of the oven, I'm gonna drizzle this sage browned butter over the pizza and it's going to be so good. It's gonna make the pizza extra decadent, and that sage flavor pairs really well with the provolone cheese and those Brussels sprouts. It's gonna be delicious. Okay. So I'm gonna go grab my pizzas. They smell amazing. I can see that the cheese is melted. I checked on them a little bit and I'm gonna just go grab them. All right, so I just got my pizzas right out of the oven and they are smelling and looking amazing. I just have a few things to put on these pizzas to top them off and finish. I made a cheese pizza for the brothers because, you know, they would never eat a Brussels sprout pizza. Okay, to finish my Brussels sprout pizza, I want to add some of that browned butter that we talked about earlier, and I also want to add some fresh prosciutto and a little bit of goat's milk cheese. I have a drunken goat's cheese here that I've been getting. I'm like obsessed with it right now. So I'm going to put that on top. You could use Parmesan if you don't like goat cheese, whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to add some fresh prosciutto. Cut into this, huh? It's so good. I gotta get it while it's hot. Oh my gosh, that looks so amazing. Oh, see that cheese? So good. And how amazing does our crust look? I mean, it could not be more perfect. It's like you're in Italy or something. Okay, well, maybe not because we're in Colorado, but Close enough, right? I love it. I love the flavor of the Brussels sprouts and the prosciutto and that goat cheese. Wow. It's such an amazing pizza. I'm gonna cut this one up for Kai and we're gonna eat this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you loved it.